Hello and welcome to another episode of Just Ask V. I'm Vanessa Emerson, founder of Dental Speaker Institute and Dental Speakers Bureau, and I'm so excited to be here with our friend and colleague, Anne Duffy. Hi, Anne.
Hi, Vanessa. I'm so happy to be here. We're in a glow, aren't we?
We are in a
Oh.
glow, and we're going to tell you why we're glowing. It's just always so fun to be. We're both smiles. We just love our conversations. But for many of you know Anne as publisher. It's the media company. I lost it.
Dental Entrepreneur Media.
Media.
Dental Entrepreneur
It had the
Media.
words and I lost it. And of
Yeah.
course, Dental Entrepreneur Women magazine. I've got here the most current issue. I don't have a Dental Entrepreneur magazine here handy, but
I do.
there we go.
That's our fall
Anne,
edition.
Anne is a driving force behind these publications and much more. In fact, many of us know Anne as Dental Entrepreneur Women, and she has built a really wonderful community for females in dentistry, a very supportive community. And that's why I wanted to come together to just share. Last week, I attended a retreat with DeW that was likely one of the most transformational and meaningful events I've ever attended. And that says a lot for somebody who attends a lot of CE meetings. But I even have my handout here from DeW, and I've got my journal, and I've got all my DeW paraphernalia here that I came back with. And the reason I was hoping to take a few minutes today would be to share with those in our community who have heard of the retreat or haven't, but thought, I wonder what happens there. What's it like? Is it for me? So maybe could we start with a recap of last week for you? How would you share what's transpired?
Well, the whole reason behind DeW, Vanessa, is to bring women together in all different career paths because of my experience in dentistry. And I just retired from clinical in December, but I've worked in a lot of different companies with a lot of different women in dentistry. And I really felt there was a need to bring the career paths together to show the camaraderie, that there's a way for us to work together. You and I talked, a rising tide raises all ships. And so again, a dear friend of mine was bullied. And in that moment, I hung the phone up and said, darn it, I'm going to start something for women in dentistry. And that's what DeW is all about. We called it Dental Entrepreneur Woman because I had Dental Entrepreneur and I wanted a sister pub, your business mind there. It made sense. And it's really morphed into, I never exactly knew what I was doing. I'm an activator. So I start something and just without even the end in sight, I just know that I need to do something.
Yes.
And we're attracting women in dentistry that have big goals, big dreams, that need a hand. We lock arms. We've got our principles that we live by. And it all is based on knowing who you are, who God made you to be, your strengths. What are your strengths? Look for the opportunities that build on them. And then gather yourself around a circle of like-minded people that will help you get where you want to go. And so together, we are going places, and our goal is to walk the walk for the young women entering the field of dentistry. And we want to keep them in dentistry because we want to keep them in a position to feel like they are fulfilled in their life's purpose, using their strengths and their gifts. As we all know, and if you're in dentistry, you're here to serve others. So but it's about loving yourself first, and then sharing that with others.
Love that. Thank you for that explanation. And I would tell you, having been a DeW myself for a couple of years now, as long as you've had this going.
Yes, thank you.
I would say the community you've built is so supportive of each other. And, I know today we're specifically talking to the gals out there, and sometimes we're not always supportive of each other. We see examples of that. I think you've done such a great job of really focusing on here's how it's going to be here. And I love those DeW principles. I would share for those who are considering, the retreat for next year, for me, some of the things that were the highlight this year was that I really had a chance to meet pretty much everybody in that room. I mean, there were
Yeah.
enough people that it wasn't everyone, but I still have my badge here too. And so on the back of our badge, we had our table assignments. And so throughout the day, we would switch up. And every time I went to a different table, there were different people. I don't know how you guys figured the algorithm on that, but there was always somebody different
Yeah.
at my table. And so it gave me a chance that after each of the presentations, we would maybe journal for a few minutes and then share or just share. And I don't mean for a couple minutes, but like sometimes we had 20 or 30 minutes. And what is so wonderful about having that space for it to breathe is that we had these very impactful presentations that were
Mhm.
helping us develop as entrepreneurs, helping us develop as leaders, helping us um, touch back on who we are and what light we want to bring into the world, and how to make change, and like so many important topics. But we didn't just learn from incredible presentations and then go on to the next thing. What one thing I loved about this, and I thought was so brilliant, as another meeting planner participating, I just love that you have that space for us to not only kind of network and get to know each other, but what I found was so incredible was that we shared,
Yeah.
like we really shared authentically in the space of love and spirit and sisterhood. And
Yeah.
there was amazing laughter. There was music. There was, a party atmosphere at times. There was rawness. There was sharing deep hurts that are being worked on and being healed, and helping in the healing. There was just, it was, for lack of a better word, for me as I walk away, I would say sisterhood. And I
Yeah.
think that's a rare commodity, probably in any industry, but definitely in dentistry. I love what you've built here, and I just really want to congratulate you on that.
Oh, thank you so much, Vanessa. And you've been with me since the very beginning. You were always so supportive, and that's who you are. And we seem to attract like-minded men and women
Yes.
to our cause or our vision. And that's what it was. I was missing um, that sisterhood, honestly, because when I was in the networking company with toothpaste and mouth rinse, I had the biggest team of female dental professionals, and it was about a sisterhood. It was all for one and one for all. And I was also missing personal development. And this is really why as you know, our topics, we talk about balance, we talk about culture, we talk about dreams, the vision, and your strengths. And those are the little, then of course we have a little fun little fashion show, and one of the things what we were shaking our booties, and the pajama party and all that. That is the kind of thing we can have fun too.
Oh my gosh.
And
Yeah.
there's nothing like laughing and crying and dreaming, and knowing that you're not alone. Because
Yeah.
as you and I both know, as entrepreneurs, it can be a little bit lonely. And this is not a principle of do, but it is a thread that we carry through. Call a do when you need some help, right? And so it's just like what you do. People will call you. I need a little help. So if you're, that's the kinds of things that we wanted to incorporate in the retreat. And also, Vanessa, to your point, make it a very safe place.
Yes.
In the retreat, we try to make it as sacred and as much as the vault as it could be. And those are the people, those are the women that we're going to attract. And that's how we're going to grow, is good people find good people, good dues find
Yep.
good dues. So
Well, I anticipate there are a lot more of those good dudes out there that just hadn't heard of it yet. And I think there's nothing like this in dentistry. And I really wanted to just come together for a few minutes to say, well, here's what it is. You can find out more at DeW.Life, DEW.LIFE, where there's a special rate right now on next year's retreat, which I've got this pulled up next year, November 10 through 12 in Charlotte. And so through this Sunday, which is November 21st, I think it was
Yeah.
save $200, which makes it only $650.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. We should-
Seriously.
we shouldn't have to think too much about this decision, because it is just, I personally guarantee that you will be glad you did. Oh, check out social media right now, because everybody's talking about it that was there, and the buckets are full. I literally skid in on, two wheels after 5 weeks of travel and meetings, and I was telling Anne earlier, I was beat. And I came out of there just, I literally could have flown home without the plane. It was just
Oh,
so incredible. It was just beautiful. And it's you, it's the spirit of Anne Duffy, and that was behind it all. And I just really want to honor you. And if anyone has questions about the event, how did they reach out to you?
just through my email. You can email me and we'll get you everything you need to know at dentalentrepreneurmedia.com. Glad to jump on a phone call with you, a Zoom, and just know that you're all welcome. Everyone is welcome to sit at our table and to have fun. We're going to have a house party next year. And so all of you that are on the fence, again, this rate will end on Sunday, but also we are only able to have 184 women in this room, and it is going to sell out. So if you want a seat at the table, at one of the tables, and you want to meet the amazing women in dentistry, the influencers in dentistry, the women that have big dreams and want to take you with them,
That's
then
it.
please sign up. And Vanessa, thank you for all you do. We had so many women in that room that are going to be attending Jumpstart. I will be there. I can't wait. I love your program and your conference. Very, very like-minded as far as your generosity and your no scarcity mentality. So I love our collaboration and our friendship. And even this weekend, I feel like we've become even better friends. So
Yes.
cheers.
Definitely, it's a sisterhood. So if that appeals, thank you for those kind comments, and I really appreciate you as well. And for those of you out there who are seeking that kind of a bond with other dental entrepreneur females, women out there that are looking for someone that you can brainstorm with, mastermind with, that you can call on, that you can grow together, this is a wonderful community for you to step into. Well, before we go, one other thing, how do we find you on Facebook?
DeW.Life Mag is our Facebook and our Instagram, so you can find us on there. And then you can always, reach out to me at Anne Duffy. That's my personal, but the DeW.Life Mag is how you find us. And then once you're
Excellent.
a member of DeW, you're in the DeW.Life crew page, and that's where a lot of juicy, yummy things happen in that. So
That's what I was thinking of. And do we get that when we subscribe to the magazine, the DeW.Life
yes,
crew?
yes, yes.
Awesome.
You get the
So,
DeW.Life
and
crew.
this is
Yeah.
another great value. I don't want to quote for you, but I'm remembering. Do you remember what is it for an annual subscription, or how do you do it now?
At $98 a year to join our movement, right? And that gives you so many perks, and the directory and the coffee chats and the early adoptions and early invitations. So,
And it's a community. I mean, throughout
yeah.
the month, you have coffee chats, and you bring education. I mean, just check it out. You guys go to DeW.Life.com, reach out to Anne with any questions.
And you know what else, Vanessa, for you, and this is what was so lovely when I was at Jumpstart last time. Remember, if you want that expert status and you want to write and get yourself put out into the world, every blog that you write for us, if you just put the pen to paper, write like you talk, it goes on all our social media. And we've got a robust team in the background that is putting everything out on social media. So if you want to be discovered, you want to get your message out, that's the platform of Dental Entrepreneur Media that we have, both in the Dental Entrepreneur and in Dental Entrepreneur Woman. So reach out. We want to share your story.
Thank you, Anne. That's so generous. And I know you have published many of our members of our community with Dental Speaker Institute. So thank you so much for that. Well, thank you for being here today, Anne. I'm looking forward to November next year. And in the meantime, we'll have a January jumpstart. But we'll blink and November next year will be here again. So if this appeals to you all, which I'm hoping it does, and I really think it will to many in our community, be sure you reach out and grab the early bird rate, which goes away after Sunday, the 21st. In the meantime, you will all be well. We'll look forward to seeing you somewhere along the way. And Anne, thanks again for being here and sharing with us.
Thank you so much, Vanessa. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving. Be well.
Thank you.